What's up YouTube, Varnesh here and welcome to the channel. I apologize for the different sound quality to the audio levels, but I am traveling for the holidays and working from my mobile setup. Now, make sure you find your way around the channel and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest videos. And it sure would mean a lot to me if you hit that thumbs up button and shared the video if you enjoyed it. Now, let's get into it. Today I want to talk to you about one of the new weapon perks you can get thanks to the last weapon update. If you want to check out the 12 new weapons that were added, check out the description below or at that card up in the top right hand corner. One of these new weapon perks that was added is called On Point. This perk speeds up weapon aiming and reduces hipfire accuracy. This does stack with quick draw, which can create some pretty quick aiming times. The two current weapons you'll find this perk on is the Mauler Grizzly light machine gun variant, as well as the Oni amped pistol variant. It is possible that we could see this perk show up on new weapons in the future, but for now, you're going to have to deal with those two weapons. Now the gameplay you're going to be watching in the background is of both of these weapons. I'll throw a timestamp in the description for the start of the Oni amped footage if you're more interested in the pistol. Now, I did go in and get some comparison on the base of the weapons and the weapons with the On Point perk. I'll throw the footage up and let you know which one is the On Point weapon and which one isn't. Do note that I did use the quick draw on each of these weapons and it was also used in the Warfighter rig. But I did crunch the numbers in the Merc's man-at-arms trait for those of you that might be wondering, but more on that in a bit. I'll start with the Mauler. The base version of the Mauler equipped with quick draw will go from hip to aiming in 9/10 of a second. Equip the Mauler Grizzly and that number will drop to 8/10 of a second. So by equipping the Mauler with the On Point perk, you're gaining 1/10 of a second in your aim. When you get to the Oni, you're going to remember that these two weapons are basically on opposite ends of the slows you down spectrum. The Oni will go from hip to aiming in 4/10 of a second. Equip the Oni amped and that number will drop to 3/10 of a second. So same as the Mauler, you're getting 1/10 of a second in your aiming time. If you're a person that likes to use the Merc's man-at-arms trait, then you're going to see each of those numbers drop by 1/10 of a second. It makes the Mauler Grizzly go from hip to aiming in 7/10 of a second, and the Oni amped in 2/10 of a second. So the real question that remains is whether or not the On Point perk makes a noticeable difference. I can tell you that I may have received some placebo effect from using both the Grizzly and the amped, but after walking away and switching between the other versions of the gun, I do think there is somewhat noticeable difference if you're using the run and gun playstyle that everyone likes in Infinite Warfare. However, if you've grown attached to the tactical team deathmatch, you may not notice it as much. But I was using the Merc's man-at-arms trait in the gameplay footage you're watching, and I do believe the Mauler Grizzly performs much better if you're the type of person that likes to run around the map with an LMG rather than sitting at the end of sightlines. Are these versions worth using over an epic variant? Unlikely, as I still think the epic versions of both these weapons are going to outperform when it comes down to it. This also means that I would not go spending salvage on these weapons to use them. 1/10 of a second isn't worth 500 salvage any day of the week. So make sure you're saving that salvage for epic weapons and hope that you get either of these weapons out of supply drops. I mean, it's that simple. However, at the end of the day, you have to remember what Infinite Warfare is all about. The need for speed. That's why I think these perks are beneficial, because any chance you can get to increase your ability to aim down sights and get a tactical advantage on your opponent is worth gold any day of the week. So if you're working on getting camo challenges for these weapons, don't have the epic versions unlocked, and have trouble beating people out just by a sliver of health, these weapons may actually help you get a few more kills. I will admit that the favorite out of these two has to be the Oni amped. This almost feels like an instantaneous time to aim the weapon, which can be kind of fun running around the map. It also helps that I think the Oni is my favorite pistol as well, so no argument from me. So folks, that's a quick rundown of the On Point perk for the new Mauler and Oni variants. Like I said, I don't expect anyone to purposefully be spending salvage on these variants, but if you do get them out of supply drop, they may be worth your time for use in speed deathmatch, kill confirmed, or other fast-paced game modes where a couple tenths of a second can mean the difference between life and death. Well folks, if you stuck around this long, just know that I appreciate every single one of you. Is there another one of the new weapon perks you'd like me to check out next? Currently have access to Creeper, Glacial, and Lights Out. If I get another one in supply drops, I will let you know. So which one do you want to see next? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, hit that thumbs up button, and I hope you'll subscribe and become a part of the community here. Until next time.